Finally, the last mission priority is to promote vocations in general and priesthood in particular. Kind of like stewardship, we've heard the word vocation, and oftentimes when, I bet you a lot of people here tonight, when they hear vocation, they think, oh, he's talking priesthood or religious life, and so we're tuning out. We'll check back in when he's done. But no, all of us have at least 4 vocations. The word vocation coming from the Latin vocare, to call. We have 4 callings, 4 invitations from God. We have a vocation to heaven, all of us. All of us were made for heaven. Nobody was made for anything else or less. Sometimes Catholics will say, I'll be lucky if I just make it to purgatory. Well, no. You weren't made for purgatory, and purgatory is like, you're going to the prom and you have to go and get your tux, and you wouldn't say, well, I'll be lucky if I just make it to the dry cleaner. It's a temporary place. It's the final purification, the cleansing, because no stain of sin can enter into the kingdom of heaven. But we're made for heaven. Holiness. We have a vocation to holiness, all of us, not just priests and sisters. Although we are holier than thou. I mean, really. Am I wrong? But sometimes we think of holiness as, hands folded, fingers pointed up, right thumb over left, head slightly tilted, holy water dripping from your nose as you sing, Kumbaya, my Lord. We have strange notions of holiness, but that's not the notion of holiness that the church teaches. The church says, here's the mark of holiness, here's what we look for, or if we're going to raise a man or a woman to the altars, the imitation of Christ. And don't get worried. I mean, it's not like you have to grow a beard or I have to get long hair. We're out of here, No, the imitation of the mind and the heart of Christ. The humility and charity of Christ, the forgiveness and the service of Christ. That's the mark of holiness to which we are all called. Mission. We are all called to participate in the mission of the church. Your role is to pray, pay, and obey. No, honestly, no. We're all called to participate in the mission of the church. And lastly, we're called to a state in life. Luckily, we're called to Iowa, which is a pretty good state to live our life. But what it really means is we're called to a state in life like marriage, or the dedicated single life, or religious life, or priesthood in the Archdiocese of Dubuque. We all have at least 4 calls. And